Hello, I'm Brian Hoelscher, Executive Director and CEO at the St. Louis Metropolitan Sewer District. I want to talk to you today about stormwater. History of stormwater funding in MSD has been going on for the last couple years. Back in April 2016, the voters approved a proposition to provide funding so that MSD may own and operate all of the public storm sewer system. For the first time ever, MSD had the ability to repair and maintain these systems throughout the district. We're now going to come to the public to see if they would also like us to provide another district-wide service. And that is a project and a program in order to address flooding and erosion throughout the area. Examples of the type of problems we address are shown on this slide. Starting from the left-hand side is localized flooding. People experience flooding in their backyards, either because something's been blocked up or just because the property wasn't originally graded. This causes them problems and degrades the value of their property. Another example is shown on the middle slide. This is an example of creek erosion. We happen to show a slide here where the erosion is impacting local roads. It can also impact a property. The final one is regional flooding. This would be flooding that's associated with a local creek or stream. It can occur in large rivers, such as in the Merrimack floodplain, but can also occur on any property that's located with a creek in its backyard. How big is the issue we're trying to address? This map shows the stormwater issues that we know currently exist. There's about 500 of them, and it's estimated that the cost to resolve these would be $500 million. Right now, MSD has no funds to address these issues. How are we going to address these issues? There's various options and various ways that we can do that. If you take a look on the left-hand side, the first is property buyouts. In a lot of instances, homes are located in floodplains, or there can be erosion that's so severe that the only alternative is to go ahead and buy those property owners out and get them out of the way of danger. If you take a look on the right side, sometimes when we purchase properties, we can then take those properties and use them to provide additional stormwater protection by building basins to hold the water after a storm so that it doesn't flood downstream customers. This slide shows the typical solutions for erosion issues. On the slide on the upper left, you see an example of severe erosion that's threatening the local homes. The typical solution is something you see on the lower left-hand portion of the slide. What we do is we install something called biostabilized slopes. We give natural vegetation the chance to grow on these slopes and stabilize them and prevent the erosion from further damaging the homes. And finally, there are tactics we can use in order to decrease downstream flows. These include the use of rainscaping or green infrastructure. We intercept the stormwater, catch it in these facilities, and allow the water to soak into the ground as opposed to running off and causing downstream problems for downstream property owners. On the right-hand side, you see storm sewers. They're kind of a last resort. There are instances where we'll have to put storm sewers in order to carry the water away and prevent further issues. However, MSD will make sure wherever we transport the stormwater to, we will properly manage it so it does not cause downstream problems. MSD is proposing a revenue in order to collect $30 million per year to address these issues. The capital rate is going to be based on the amount of impervious area on every property. Impervious area are things like roofs, driveways, and sidewalks. Rainfall hits these structures and immediately runs off, does not soak into the ground. The average charge for a residential customer under this proposal will be $2.25 per month, or $27 per year. Tax-exempt entities will be subject to this charge. This includes the airport, schools, churches, as well as local municipal government. We estimate that with this program, we can address all these issues in approximately 30 years. MSD does not currently own local creeks and streams, and they will not in the future. Floodplain management responsibilities will also remain the responsibility of the individual municipalities. Why use impervious area in order to determine the cost for each customer? What is impervious area? Impervious area is a hardened surface, such as a roof, driveway, sidewalk. When water hits, it immediately runs off. It doesn't soak into the ground as would happen with a vegetated area. Flooding and erosion problems are caused by this additional runoff caused by impervious area. Therefore, it is fair and equitable to distribute the cost of the program amongst the various property owners based on the amount of impervious area that's on their property. Again, all public and private entities will be responsible for paying for their part of this program. This chart shows what each customer will be expected to pay under this proposal. This chart is very much like what you will see on the April 2nd ballot. I'll start with residential customers. If you look under Tier 2, those residential customers who have 2,001 to 3,600 square feet of impervious area on their property will be asked to pay $2.25 per month. Approximately 1/2 of MSD's residential customers fall within Tier 2. For those residential customers who have a less amount of impervious area, they fall into Tier 1 if they have between 200 and 2,000 square feet of impervious area. For those customers, we will ask them to pay $1.42 per month. That represents approximately 1/4 of MSD's residential customers. For residential customers who have a larger amount of impervious area, they fall into Tier 3. These would be for residents who have 3,601 to 6,000 square feet of impervious area. Under this proposal, they will be asked to pay $3.74 per month. And finally, for those residences who have a large amount of impervious area, over 6,000 square feet, they will be asked to pay $6.84 per month. MSD will also use its customer assistance program that we use on the wastewater system for this proposal. Under that program, low-income residents will pay 1/2 of the proposed charge. We have approximately 6,200 low-income residents currently registered in the district. For those individuals, the average low-income customer will pay $1.13 per month. In total, the residential customers represent approximately $14 million of the $30 million program. We will also bill non-residential customers. These include multifamily units, commercial properties, and industrial properties. We will charge them by ERU. An ERU is 2,600 square feet, and that represents the average amount of impervious area on the average residential property. We will bill commercial customers $2.25 per month per ERU. MSD has identified just over 600,000 ERUs of impervious area on these non-residential properties. That will generate a revenue of just over $16 million for a total program of $30 million. The next slide shows how MSD will implement this program. For those customers who are currently wastewater customers and are receiving a monthly bill, the new charge would show up as an additional line item on that existing monthly bill. For the average residential customer, that would be $2.25 per month. MSD also has customers who are not currently wastewater customers. Some of these properties have a large amount of impervious area. An example would be a parking lot that doesn't generate wastewater, but will generate stormwater runoff. For those properties, we will bill them monthly a charge equal to only the new stormwater charge. Finally, we do have regular residential customers with typical sized properties and typical amount of impervious area who do not receive wastewater services. They are typically on septic tanks. For those customers, it does not make economic sense for MSD to bill them monthly for $2.25. For those customers, they will be receiving a bill every quarter of $7.75. This rate proposal was presented to our Rate Commission in February 2018. They approved it in September 2018 and forwarded it to our Board of Trustees. That Board of Trustees approved the recommendations from the Rate Commission in November 2018 and directed staff to put the proposal on the ballot on April 2nd. Thank you for taking the time to allow me to discuss this proposal with you. This is a very important issue within MSD Sewer District affecting many people. If you have any questions about this rate proposal, please feel free to contact us at the information shown on this slide and we'll answer any questions you have. Thank you for your time.